And welcome back, everyone, to BSG Annual 2021. Coming up right now, we have Scoagogo running a Pokemon Black any percent. And as he asked me to do right before we start, I'll give you the trainer name. It's going to be Zonoris with an X.
All right. All right. It's just so I know in advance what to put in.
Yeah.
All right. Apart from that, are we ready?
Yep.
All right.
Or, no, wait, sorry. No, my bad. Wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong name. Sorry, it's Soup. My
Soup.
bad, I misread. Zonoris is for the Lillipup name right now.
Okay.
I misread that one.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start my my stuff now. The time doesn't actually start yet because I have to wait for the RNG manipulation, and I'll explain all this in a bit. But I will call whenever time is to start. But for now, I'll explain all of this during the intro cutscene because I have to go through this and I have to launch the game on a specific second. So it is going to be much easier if I just do all this whenever I'm mashing through text as opposed to waiting. And start. Okay. So, as you can probably read by everything, I'm scoagogo, mainly Pokemon runner. I'm going to get right into the explanation, because there's quite a bit to unravel. So, you'll notice that I am actually starting from the beginning. If any of you saw my diamond run from a few days ago, you'll notice that I didn't actually start at the beginning of the game. But that was just because of the way the RNG manipulation works in Generation 4. Hold on, right. O-U-P. Wow, I forgot that it's an alphabetical keyboard, so that really messed me up there. So, in Generation 4 for Pokemon, all of your manipulations are consistent across every single DS. In Generation 5, all of your RNG manipulations are based off of the MAC address of your DS. So which means that everyone has their own unique manipulation and everyone has to sit and figure stuff out themselves using a program called RNG Reporter. Basically, the trick is whenever you figured everything out, to hit the right seed, you have to launch the game on a specific date, specific time, and a specific second. It is a 1 second window to get into the game. But you also have to be holding specific buttons. So for my Snivy in particular, I have to be holding select, start, and R whenever I launch the game. And for my main swap later, I have to be holding like down, right, and R. It's a really, really strange thing with Gen 5. It's not seen in any other game. So I'm gonna set my options, fast text speed, battle style to set, so it doesn't ask me to swap my Pokemon every single time a trainer swaps. And getting rid of movement animations. So, for anyone who's seen Black in really 2019 or beforehand will be really, really confused as to why I'm picking Snivy right now. Because we used to use Tepig, and we used to take Tepig for the entirety of the game. That has changed as of 2020. Now, I promise we're not taking Snivy for the whole game. I want to make that very clear. Snivy did used to be the route for the entirety of the game, but it's not anymore. Thankfully. Because Snivy runs into a lot of issues in the game. We choose Snivy just to get through the first 3 fights. Because that's all we're doing with Snivy. And then we are getting rid of it. And it's just going to sit in our party for the rest of the game. So we have our first 2 rival fights just to get through. This is where the standard of your rivals are like your best friends or whatever started. That a lot of people really didn't like in the games. I didn't mind it in this game. I think Chern and Bianca are both really, really good rivals. And we also get a really, really good rival theme to go with it. But yes, we are fighting indoors, which I promise is safe. We may have destroyed the room just a little bit. but that's not really a problem. Someone will take care of that. It's not going to be us that does it. But no, trust me, if you think through the gyms in this game, it'll make a lot of sense as to why we used to use Tepig, especially because the third gym is bug type. Snivy would obviously run into a lot of issues there. I would really appreciate it if this Tepig stopped hitting me. Is this even gonna die? Okay, it did. I had this Tepig not die in 3 hits the other day, and I was really, really, really confused. But it makes a lot of sense why Tepig was used for so long. But to me, it makes even less sense that before Tepig was discovered to be better, that Snivy was used for such a long period of time. Just things that don't make sense to me. But I am purposefully avoiding saying who our main is. For people that don't know who it is, I want it to be a bit of a surprise. Because it's not something that you'd probably expect. In a lot of these games, you generally do use the starter for a significant period of time. At least for like the first hour, at least the first half hour. Before you swap. Like in White 2, you use Tepig for like the first 45 minutes before you swap to a Drillbur. We're only going to be keeping Snivy for the first 13 minutes. And then we're going to be swapping away. In order to get through the first route without encounters, I'm going to be keeping to a specific movement path. Literally just so I don't get any encounters. There's no encounters before our main swap that are good.
This movement path specific to your DS as well?
Yes. All the movement paths
Wait,
are...
seriously?
Yes, all the movement paths are seed specific, so if I chose a different seed on this DS, I would have to do a different movement path.
Okay, I was mostly joking, but wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so the process for figuring all of this out is once you get the actual seed, there's a bunch of stuff you have to do before you even get a seed, but once you do get that, you have to inject it into an emulator and figure out the movement to take through New Vema Town in the first route to get no encounters. There's a lot of prep work that comes into a lot of this stuff.
I can imagine. It's like a few hours of work before you can even start a run.
Yeah, especially if it's your first time doing a lot of this stuff, it takes hours to figure a lot of this out. And Snivy, the Snivy through Route 1 is actually the easier bit of this. So we neglected to name Snivy because it's only going to be used from, well, technically 2 more fights from here, but it's only going to be the main Pokemon in 1 fight from this point forward. So we're getting our town map. There's a lot of intro to this game. There's a lot of early game mashing to go through. But thankfully the text speed in Gen 5 is a lot faster than it was in Generation 4, so it helps a bit. So you'll notice that before I went into the lab there, I purposefully walked into Charon. And that was for my manip. Now, I'm saying that, but the actual NPC movement there is not what it normally is, so I actually don't know if this is right or not. But I'm just going to go with the assumption that it probably is correct, and that I'll get no encounters. It's not the end of the world if I do, like, it literally doesn't affect anything from that point forward, it's just kind of annoying. Just 15 seconds. So this is a catching tutorial. We've all seen it many, many times, but we have to be taught how to catch a Pokemon. It's very, very important, and we're actually going to use that in this run. We're going to use it twice, actually. We're going to catch 2 different Pokemon. As you can probably imagine, obviously one of them is our main swap, and the other one is going to be for Fly. Now, Pokemon Black and White 1 is actually the game that requires the least HMs to beat in the entirety of the series. You literally you don't even need Fly, technically. You can just run around if you really, really wanted to. But you only actually need Cut. Cut is the only HM you need for this game. You don't need Surf, you don't need Waterfall, you don't need Strength. Which, from a routing perspective of the game, is useful because it means there's less Pokemon for you to have to catch. But I guess a lot of people were really upset in Generation 4 with the amount of HMs that you needed to get through the game. It never bothered me personally. You can just dedicate like a B-barrel or something to have most of the HMs. Move down. Okay, this should be okay. We should be able to get through here without anything. Sick. Okay. So that is as far as the first manipulation is going to take us, just to the end of the first route. We could technically take it further, but there's a massive wall as to why you can't. But I'll explain all that in a bit. If you were doing the Tepig route, because some people still run Tepig. Obviously, it's not the fastest, but in my opinion, it's still a really fun route, and it's still good to try and get a good time with it. You can actually take the manip like the whole way to like Nakarine City, which is like the second city. But during those X transceiver calls that we just went through, RNG is advancing like every single frame, and it's really difficult to manipulate through that. You have like a couple frames that you have to map out movement for. It's a lot of work for really not very much. You're really just better chancing your luck with the encounters, which means yes, on the second route the encounters would be random. So we've just been introduced to a Pokemon Center. Obviously I'm not going to explain what a Pokemon Center is. I should hope most people know what a Pokemon Center is by now. We are going to get ourselves some potions, because we are definitely going to need them, because you can end up taking a lot of damage in this game, in the early game. Especially with the new main. Again, if you chose Tepig, it's not as big of a concern, but with the main swap, it's a little bit riskier for a period of time. So this is where the, I guess the evil team is really first shown, and it's really early to show the evil team in a game. I think this is probably the earliest that they've ever appeared and made themselves known and given themselves the name. But this is Team Plasma, and they're here to talk about Pokemon liberation. And they're trying to convince everyone to release all of their Pokemon, and that we are a hindrance to them, and that we should be separated from them. And of course this confuses everyone in the town. No one knows what to do. But you'll notice near the top of that crowd, there's a fancy man with green hair and a black hat who is waiting behind after this. He's going to speak to us. Now, this dude is called N, and he's actually just really everything that we want to be. His name is one character long, and his text movement is actually slightly faster than the base the base text speed. So this guy is literally the optimal speedrunner. And he has a Purloin, and this is the last thing that we're going to be using Snivy for. That's actually a really good crit. Getting crits in this fight is really nice. Okay, having high HP here is actually really good. So normally whenever, in a marathon, whenever you're trying to catch your new main Pokemon, you should probably play it slightly safe and weaken. And you know, do everything that Professor Juniper taught us to do, weaken a Pokemon before you attempt to catch it. I'm not going to do that simply because I have really high HP. I don't see the point. Also, it avoids having to do a menu afterwards if I catch it at full HP. It means I don't have to heal it, or I'm less likely to have to heal it. It's still possible that I wouldn't need to, but it's exceptionally unlikely. Now, you'll see the date up there is 2014. I promise we're not time traveling. This is the second X transceiver call, and this is really the reason that manipulating through these things is so difficult. Because there are two of them to get through. If there was just one X transceiver call, you could realistically manipulate through these really easily. But because there's two, it throws most things out of whack. So we're going to run back into the gate because it's a location where RNG isn't advancing, and it keeps my manip consistent. So we're gonna save the game. I'm gonna turn it off and change my time because I'm actually really early because of that crit. There is just a time period where I could just turn the game off and on again. Oh, I can just do it here. Oh wow, never mind. The DS clock just like froze for a second there. That happens sometimes. Okay. So we find the Snivy specifically so that it's close to the Lillipup manipulation, so that there's not a lot of waiting involved. So hopefully this just works. It's worked every single time whenever I've been doing testing beforehand. This would be the one time it just doesn't work.
Knocking on wood for you.
There we go. Right, okay. Here is our new main. It's a Lillipup. Now we actually have to try and catch it. I like I said, I am just gonna go from full and just try and get it. And hope that I just get it and everything's perfectly fine. Easy, okay. That makes life exceptionally simple for me. And I have the name ready to nickname. Okay. So there we go. We have our new main. And this is the Pokemon that we're going to be using for the majority of the run.
That's
So
to the always wonderful Sonorous.
So the main reason that Lillipup is so good is really because of same type attack bonus. Getting same type attack bonus stab on tackle is amazing. That was a really pointless crit. This has happened so much at this marathon. It happened like 6 times whenever I was doing Diamond the other day. And it's already happened here. In the first 15 minutes. So this guy should look up and then down. Good, okay. So I can get through here without any encounters. So another trend you'll notice is that you fight your rivals a lot in this game, and I want people to keep track of this. I probably should have said this earlier, so I'll tell you that this is the 4th one, because we're counting N as a rival. This is the 4th rival fight that we've done, and we are 16 minutes in. So it's up to you guys now to keep track, and I want to see people in chat keeping track of this. It's very important to the run. So, but because I hadn't told you beforehand, this is the 4th one. We've had 1 Charon fight, 1 N fight, and this is the 2nd Bianca. So we manipulated the Lillipup to have an adamant nature with all, well, I mean, okay, they don't have to be all perfect 31 IVs. The special attack IV does not matter at all. And all of them can be slightly lower than 31 if needs be. Mine is mostly 31. I honestly don't remember the exact IVs, but they're not off enough to affect anything majorly. They're all 30 or higher. So I'm going to save for this fight. Because Charon got Tepig because we chose Snivy. Ember is a really awful move in that it can burn. And that just cuts your attack. So, and we don't have anything to heal it with. So, a burn is quite, if you're doing PB attempts and you don't save for this, a burn is literally run over. And you have to reset and do the first 70 minutes again. It's very annoying if you're going for like a really good time or whatever. To be walled by this fight. But because we're saving, it really doesn't matter at all if it happens. Ironically, there you go, it happened. I probably should have kept my mouth shut for that. But, yes, this is the 5th rival fight. This is our 2nd Charon. Hopefully, Charon just doesn't lock me into an endless burning loop. Ideally, it only even gets 2 opportunities to use it, and it's not guaranteed to use Ember on either of the turns. It can use Tackle, it can use other stuff as well. Like, it's not guaranteed to use Ember. It does most of the time, from my experience, but... Okay, see, there's another Ember. And then Leer. Okay, right, this should kill. Okay, well that's one of them. No, we're not out of the woods yet. Purloin has assist. Okay, right, well we are out of the woods because I crit it. But Purloin has assist, so it could have used assist Ember and burned me through that instead. It's not entirely impossible. It would have been really, really annoying if that had happened. But yeah, it's a lot less likely. So that's our 5th rival fight, as correctly pointed out. So we're now going to go to the gym and get our first gym battle out of the way. But first, we were told that we have to train our Pokemon in the Dream Yard. We're not going to do that because we're just really, really good. Okay, optimally, you move a tile right there. I let go of right too early and started holding up. So the idea of this gym is to teach you about the basic type advantages. You pair the curtain to the button that it's weak to. So obviously Fire Curtain, Fire Pokemon are weak to water. Congratulations, you've just learned everything that you need to know. I'm going to register the Medicine Pocket just so that I can press Y to get into it instead of having to press X and then select Bag. For the time period until we get the bike, the medicine menu is going to be what we keep registered. So this is normal. It's a mainly normal type gym. Obviously the gimmick of this gym, as you're probably aware, that's a really good flinch to get, is the gym leader that you fight is based to have the stronger, or the type advantage over your starter. So there's Silent, Chili, and Cress. Because we chose Snivy, we're going to have to fight Chili. But we're not going to worry about Chili yet, because we still have another trainer fight to go before we get there. Okay, ideally you use Bite, and then it just... Okay. That's Bite. That's similar to what I said, but not exactly what I wanted. We do not want Helping Hand. We are not going to be doing double battles. Well, there is a double battle, but nothing that Helping Hand is going to benefit us with. Okay, I am going to heal before fighting Chili. So here's our final curtain. Grass is weak to fire. I kind of skipped over that second curtain. I hope you guys figured that one out okay on your own. I have faith that you probably did. So congratulations. So you only have one gym leader. Psych, there's actually a second. But Psych again, there's actually 3. So like I said, because we chose Snivy initially, as correctly pointed out, we chose the grass type, so we're going to be fighting the fire type gym leader, Chili. Obviously, these guys all have a Lillipup, and then they have either a Pampor, a Pansear, or a Pansage, depending on who you fight. Because we're against Chili, he's going to have a Pansear. The reason you're told to go to the Dream Yard, actually, is because there's a girl in there that gives you the monkey with a type advantage over the gym leader that you're going to have to fight. So because I chose Snivy, the monkey that I'd get from the Dream Yard would be Panpour, in order to give us a type advantage over Chili. Just so that people aren't slammed if they go in with just their starter. They do have a type advantage option to work around. Which is, it's a really, really cool basis for a gym, and I think it probably should have been done more frequently. Okay, there we go. That's our first gym done. So now that we have this gym badge, we can use cut outside of battle, which is going to become helpful literally immediately. However, we are going to be greeted by someone as soon as we leave the gym. Now, if anyone has ever played Black and White 2, you'll notice you'll probably have noticed that all of the gyms have their own unique themes. That's not the case in this game. All the gyms have the exact same theme in this game, but they're all really, really uniquely designed. So this is the scientist that is going to capture us and take us away. We've no idea who they are, but all of a sudden we're in their house and going up to their room where they have another person and a weird machine hooked up to a bed to look at dreams. And we're going to be sent on a little mission. Yeah, we're going to get cut as well. But this is another reason that we chose Snivy instead, because Snivy can learn cut without having to evolve or anything. Tepig cannot learn cut. So, I'm going to go ahead and heal again. And teach cut to Snivy. So because this Fennel girl is really, really interested in dreams, we're being sent to the Dream Yard, ironically. And we're going to be told to get some Dream Mist, which is from a Pokemon called Mana. But first, we're going to go to the shitty alley behind the building and get a Dusk Ball. And we're going to use that Dusk Ball to catch our flyer in a while. But yeah, now we're off to the Dream Yard. We have to beat up the first... Well, there are two trainers in here, but the second one is like a blockade to that girl that gives you the Panpour. But because we don't need Panpour in this run, we're not going to be fighting him at all. If you were running the Tepig route, you will have to go and get that. Or well, I guess it would be a Pansage if you were running Tepig. There is a route where you can do Tepig and just go straight to Cress and try and fight him. It's not recommended. It's really, really difficult and you're really, really unlikely to win. But you can do it. But Bianca is also here to look for the exact same Pokemon as us. And you heard it off in the distance. Bianca has correctly identified that it's up there. And this is the little Mana that we have to get the Dream Mist from for Fennel. Now, this is the first actual, I guess, crime that we see Team Plasma do. Beforehand, they were just standing in a line talking. Now they're actually doing violent things, and they're actually being mean for once. As you see that they are literally beating up the Mana to get Dream Mist out of it. And now they're going to try and free our Pokemon from us by defeating us in battle. It's a shame for them that they have absolutely terrible Pokemon, and they're not going to be able to do that. Because Team Plasma are very, very good in that they have things like Patrat and Purloin. But we are a hero in this story, and we're going to stop them committing violence against innocent Pokemon. So we have to beat them up instead. This Purloin can present some challenges. It has Sand Attack, lowers accuracy, and I could miss like all my moves from here. Yes, the theme for this, for Team Plasma and Black and White 1 is incredible. It's actually better than the Black and White 2 theme in my opinion. Oh, okay, we can just crit as well. That works. Don't need to get lucky if you just crit instead.
Isn't that a different type of getting lucky?
It's a type of getting lucky that actually helps us. So, we've scared off Team Plasma. Well, we beat up Team Plasma, and Mana has actually scared off Team Plasma. Between Mana and Musharna, they have created an illusion, as will be explained by Fennel as she comes over here. Because Musharna is now here as well, to protect the Mana. What they did was they created a dream to exploit the fear of the two Plasma Grunts being told off by Getsus, their leader. But now Fennel is really excited because we got the Dream Mist. And we now have to go back to her house so that she can give us a reward for getting the Dream Mist that she ended up coming to collect anyway. I don't see why she couldn't have just done it instead of making us have to go and do it, but hey. We won't question it. It's slightly faster to talk to Fennel from the side here. So we'll talk to her from the left. So she's going to go and get the Sea Gear. The Sea Gear is like the online communication kind of thing. You can interact with other people and whatnot, and do game sync, and that's what she's talking about as well. But we don't want any of that. The Sea Gear is actually really bad in runs because it makes the entire game slow down and it makes it all lag and go really, really slow. So we really, really want to keep it off for the entirety of the game. If you accidentally turn it on, you can just turn it off like immediately. It doesn't really do anything, but it's just annoying because there's like a little animation for it coming on. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna buy some stuff now. I'm gonna buy 3 repels, supers, and antidotes. And the antidotes will become... Hopefully the antidote reason won't become clear. Because it's actually a really bad thing if it becomes really clear why we buy them. I'd prefer if it wasn't showcased, in all honesty, but... so this is a double fight now. I'm pretty sure you actually need to have 2 Pokemon at this point to even be challenged by these two. But they just have 2 Purloins. And this is the other fight that Snivy is actually going to be shown off in. And Snivy's actually going to help. And is going to actually damage stuff for us. So we've got to level 15. And we've now got the next move that we're going to be using for a while is Takedown. Now, Takedown, very, very strong move with same type attack bonus, but it has like 85% accuracy. So it's not the best. It's good whenever it works, let's put it that way. So we're going to purposely kill Snivy here. And then we're going to kill Purloin. Good, we got the range. And then we're going to run left here, and I'm going to save, just in case, for the exact same reason that we saved in the trainer school. Because, would you look who it is? We have yet another rival fight. So, Charon, again... really, really bad to fight because of Ember. And he leads with Tepig, so you can't even set up... I didn't even mention this. I did teach workup over Leer whenever I was in Fennel's house, and we're going to be using workup here. Good, Odor Sleuth, and as long as I hit Takedown, there we go. Tepig cannot do anything to harm us now. See, Takedown is a brilliant move, assuming you actually hit. If you get your hits off, then Takedown's wonderful. If you don't, then prepare yourself, because you're probably going to lose a lot of time. Especially if you consecutively miss over and over and over again. But now that we find out that Team Plasma has come rampaging through the place because they stole this little girl's Pokemon. So now me and Charon are going to go act as heroes once again. We're going to stop Team Plasma. So they ran into Wellspring Cave. And this is actually where we're going to be catching our flyer. There's a few tiles we could get it first before this cutscene that we didn't get it. But after all of this, we are going to be running around in this cave, looking for a Woobat to use for fly. But first we have 2 fights to do in here. This Patra normally uses Detect, hopefully it doesn't. It'd be really nice if it didn't, of course. Always Well, we hit takedown, so it's all good. If you miss takedown there, it just uses detect again for the most part and makes you lose even more time. So here we go. We're going to evolve Lillipup now after we've got to level 16. And Herdier is a pretty substantial upgrade to Lillipup. No new moves here, just a massive attack and more importantly, more of a defensive bonus as well. Lillipup is a little fragile, but Herdier is a lot better in that sense. So, we fought these guys one-on-one before. Now we're going to team up with Charon and fight them together as a double battle. Whereas, instead of hindering us and making us potentially lose our run, Charon is actually going to be helping us now. Hopefully. If he uses Ember, then he's my best friend. Okay, right, well, these Patrats are a 5 and 16 range. That's really, really good. Incredible. That's as good as that fight can go. Literally as good as that fight can go. Yeah, those Patrats from full HP with Tackle is a 5 and 16 range. Obviously, if they've taken any damage beforehand, it's like guaranteed. But now we're going to run back and forth for Woobat. It's a 50% chance to encounter one. Unlucky. Get a lovely Roggenrola. Roggenrola is completely useless. We do not want Roggenrola. So we quite literally just have to run around until we get a Woobat. Until we win the coin flip. There is even a dust cloud happening. It's taking so long to get an encounter. Jeez. There's our Woobat. Okay. It's level 10. That's actually really good. The lower the level of the Woobat, if you get a slightly higher level, I believe like 12 or above, it has a 4th move. So whenever you teach Fly to it, you have to teach it over something. This Dusk Ball is 90% to catch it. Happy days. So we got our Woobat, we've got our Flyer now. And now we're going to exit Wellspring Cave, and we're going to go find Bianca, having just helped that small child, and we're going to get a reward. Because, you know, when you help someone, you expect a reward in a game. Unfortunately, our reward is not going to be useful at all. It's actually going to be really, really bad. You're going to get some heal balls, which is just, if you catch a Pokemon with it, it just restores it to full HP. Which casually isn't actually too bad. Obviously in a speedrun it's just terrible. Why would we want that? Especially because we're not going to be catching anything from this point forward. So we're going to use a Repel. And this is going to be our introduction to Dark Grass. Where sometimes 2 Pokemon appear. And also the Pokemon in here have lower catch rates and are generally higher level as well. So, shoutouts to Pulsefx, who discovered this rare candy in a casual playthrough. Until... Wow, okay. That girl is a walker, and just kind of walks back and forth on that bridge, and she very nearly saw me. Thankfully, she moved into my way, instead of waiting until I was in front of her before turning. But, yeah, Pulse found that rare candy during a casual playthrough. Beforehand, we didn't know that was there, and we used to get a candy in the desert resort. Whenever we still ran Tepig. So thankfully he found that because it's a really, really helpful candy to get. So we're going to go into the Nakarine Center. And this is where Snivy is going to be retired to the box, never to be seen again. And we're also going to be doing box healing. Okay, if my menuing wasn't so bad. We put in Herdier so that it got healed, and then put in Snivy. And swapped it. So we're going to be getting 3x speeds, 1x attack, and 3 guard specs if my hands could actually press the right buttons. Because we get to keep work up for the majority of the game, X attacks aren't really that important. so we're not going to need them. So goodbye, Snivy. It's just the Herdier and Woobat gang for a while. Until Herdier evolves, obviously. So we are agreed by N for another rival fight. Surprise, surprise. Hit takedown. Good. So Timber can be slightly challenging because of low kick. Hopefully it uses focus energy. Wow. Okay. I'm going to heal is what I'm going to do. Because that was a crit. That would have been a wonderful place to die. Would have been a really, really strange place to take a death as well. So there we go. We have now beaten N. Now you'll notice that every single time we fight N, he has a completely different team. He never uses the same Pokemon in 2 different fights. He always has a different team composition. So this is where the second gym is. We have gone into a museum and we're going to get a tour first. None of this is very interesting. Except for that little white stone up there. You know, it just kind of looks pretty. But I wonder if that's going to have any importance to the story at any stage of this game. It probably won't. You know, it's just a pretty stone at the end of the day. But we shall see. So this gym's being explained to us. We have to find books that give us a question and a prompt to go to the next bookcase. Obviously I know where everything is. You have to sit and figure this out otherwise, and follow the hints to go to the correct place otherwise. But you can go for takedown against this Patrat. I tend not to, because it's only like a 62.5% to kill it with takedown. I prefer just being safe and just going for tackle twice, because obviously you can miss takedown, it can use attack, and you miss the range, and it's just really, really bad. So this is the next bookcase. I'm gonna heal in front of this as well, because I'm probably gonna have to heal in a bit anyway. Actually, no, I definitely have to heal in a bit. But this, the next fight that we're gonna do can go kind of poorly. This scientist also has a Herdier that she uses an X defend on the first turn, which is really, really obnoxious of her. But hopefully, right, well, I'm gonna set up a workup and I'm gonna spam bite, and hopefully I get flinches. Would be ideal. No. Okay, right, well that was a terrible roll, so I'm gonna approach it that way instead. 30. Oh, I'll take damage off of the next fight as well. So I'm really good at this puzzle. I'm just figuring out all the answers just instantly. I just have like a sixth sense to tell me the exact order that I have to go around these places. I don't know why I walked that tile, that was kind of weird. Yes, the gym guy reminds you to stay hydrated, and most of the time gives you a fresh water. You can talk to him every single time for a fresh water, if you really want to. If you're low on healing items, you can talk to him and get a fresh water if he doesn't automatically give you one. Obviously, you can only get that once, though. No, I really don't want to use another super potion here. I think I'm gonna have to, though. because otherwise my HP is going to be really, really low. What I might actually do instead, yeah, I'll potion and Oranberry is what I will do. I actually have to give a Chesto Berry as well. You're holding a Great Ball? I didn't... Okay. So, obviously, Lillipop's ability was Pick Up. I guess it picked up a Great Ball at some point, and I just never noticed. So, we have a Great Ball now, if we want to catch something during the run, I guess.
Would have been nicer if it was like a super potion or something.
A super potion would have been amazing. But you can't get that lucky. A rare candy would have been even better, but that's not possible with the level that Lillipop is. So this is the second gym fight, Lenora. Lenora can be pretty tricky because of Retaliate. Retaliate is like her speciality move. If you've defeated a Pokemon on the previous turn, it doubles in power. And because of Herdier's Intimidate, we are going to be sending out Woobat first to take the Intimidate. And then we're also going to Guard Spec so that it cannot use Leer at any stage. Well, obviously it can use Leer, but it won't be able to do anything to us. That is the worst possible thing you possibly could have done. Oh my god. Miss. Noted. I'm gonna do this instead. What an interesting fight. No, I should be fine here. Watchog can't kill, I don't think. Hypnosis would be preferable. Yeah. Hypnosis Miss is even better. Ha! Double Hypnosis Miss. Okay. Wow, that was interesting. I've never had a Lenora fight go like that before. Crit takedown turn 1. My goodness.
Seems like a very marathon luck-filled run.
Yep. Oh, always. Always with a Pokemon game. So thankfully she didn't showcase Retaliate. It actually been really, really bad if she did. Double Hypnosis Miss is probably the best thing that Watchog can do. One of them hitting wouldn't have been bad because we had the Chesto Berry anyway. That would have just woken us up again, but... So we now learn that Team Plasma is now harassing everyone in the museum because they are back once again, and they're going to steal the Dragon Skull off of this this wonderful showcase. And now, if you couldn't guess it already, we now have to go and get it back. But before we get it back, we have some amazing dialogue to go through with this wonderful guy who is the third gym leader that we're going to have to fight, and is the reason that we buy the antidotes, or rather the reason we buy so many antidotes. But we will cross that bridge whenever we get to it. So obviously our two friends just happen to show up. They're going to go to the museum, and me and Berg are going to go to Pinwheel Forest, which conveniently is exactly where we need to be. We're going to get the dicing machine to find hidden items. Thankfully, we're just really good in that we already know where all the hidden items are that we need. So yada yada, we're now going to go to Pinwheel Forest. So the other reason that we killed Woobat against Lenora, not only was it to get a guard spec and to get rid of Intimidate, it also means that we can just do this. Completely bypass that double fight instead of having to actually fight them. Because obviously extra fights is time loss. Okay. So I'm gonna have to use another super potion. You're using takedown here. 33. Oh, I could probably get. I don't have a normal potion, do I? No, I don't. I'm out of normal potions. I'm gonna use the fresh water. That's the dead Pokemon. Of course, that's not gonna work. So we use our repel there, because I'm going to be doing a run to walk manipulation for a spinner a little bit up here. That's guaranteed if I do it correctly. Had I waited a bit longer and crossed the load lines so that the spinner was already loaded, there would have been a bit of variance on it. But if you do it early so that you do the menu whenever the spinner isn't already loaded, assuming you move correctly, like hopefully I'm going to do, like I did, thankfully. That would have been really, really funny if I just ran straight into him whenever trying to show off something cool. That was a guaranteed pass. So yes, because of the fresh water, correct, I am going to stay hydrated. We've hit all our takedowns so far. Not to jinx it or anything. I normally don't hit all of my takedowns. But so far, so good.
Again, shoutouts to Zonorous. The name is making all the difference.
Of course. That's exactly how it works. Okay, so this wonderful Patra is an 81% range with tackle. I missed it yesterday whenever I was practicing, so hopefully I get it now. Nice. Oh, 81%, you kind of expect to get these things, but not in Pokemon. So I did that specific movement there to avoid that bottom, I guess, lump in the ground, because there's a ranger in there with a Pansear, which I used to hit all the time whenever I first started running this game in 2017. I hit that ranger so many times that it's unbelievable. So hopefully I don't get any detects from these Patrat. Obviously, detect is just pure time loss. There's nothing I gain from this. No, I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, one isn't too bad. Another takedown, good. Gonna be at 45 HP. Just dropped my DS whenever I tried to pick it up off my table. That was really good for it. So we got our Dragon Skull back. And now we meet one of the 7 sages that they keep talking about. This is Gorm. I honestly don't even remember half of their names, because they are so minimal to the story, but we will see them all at some point during this. Don't worry, that they all make themselves known at some stage. We're just gonna let them get away. I'm sure we'll see them soon. I'm sure, because the evil team never stays away for too long. And then, as a reward, we're going to get a Moonstone, which we are not going to use at all. So thank you for this completely useless item. Now, do I have the entertainment for you guys? I know this is exactly what you want to see, whenever you come to watch a speedrun, especially at a marathon. But I'm going to run across a bridge for 45 seconds. And to make it even more painful for you, I'm going to do a menu here as well. I am going to menu, and I have to teach retaliate, because I just realized that I completely forgot to do that.
In the meantime, I'd like to remind you that we are the Benelux Speedrunning Gathering, and we are organized bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. And we're also raising money for Mind. And feel free to donate whenever you can. And when you donate, we've got a ton of cool incentives lined up for you. For instance, coming up in a couple of hours, we have the Bugs Next Any Percent run, where you can choose the color of the characters. However, no one has donated towards this yet. So if you want to choose between yellow, orange, green, or black, you can go ahead and donate for that and have it be first to start off with, which is pretty awesome.
Now, I hate to break it to y'all, we're only about halfway across this bridge.
Oh, my lord. Now, let me continue with plugging stuff then.
Absolutely.
We also have a ton of naming incentives open for Final Fantasy 1 Any Percent coming up. Currently, we only have 2 of the characters named out of 4. So if you want more cool names, like the awesome name that is Zonoris, feel free to donate for that as well. See that we're finally across the bridge?
We are indeed. And now we have to run the whole way across a massive city. Because this is the first big, I guess, major place in this region. Castelia is by far the biggest location. But we're going to go straight to the gym. Except, no, you're not really. You actually have some dialogue to go through first. Because Charon is one step ahead of us and he's already got the gym badge. Must be nice to have a Tepig that you can use. But Berg is coming rushing out, telling us that Team Plasma is now in Castelia, so we have to go deal with Team Plasma again. Which I'm sure is everyone's favourite activity. So it's on this pier here that we meet up with Berg and Bianca, and we meet Iris here as well. So, Bianca has got her mana stolen that she caught in the Dream Yard. But Team Plasma just so happens to show up right as we're discussing where are we going to be, or like where we're ever going to find them in this massive city. So we're now going to go and follow them, because Berg is running after them. Iris is going to stay and protect Bianca, and we're going to go and do the fighting. So they are off to the left. You can search wherever you want, but this is where they are, and we know that's where they are because of our sixth sense. Now Berg thinks they're heading towards the gym. They're not actually. They are going up to this building here, where they are using, or that they are using for a little hideout. We're being challenged to a battle. This dude only has 2 Sandiles and is going to be exceptionally easy. Now, had we not used that rare candy on the bridge, these 2 Sandiles would both be 75% ranges, but because of that, they're both guaranteed. The extra level really, really helps. So nice, quick, and easy fight. So now that these two have shown up, we're going to go and confront Team Plasma, where they ran away to. And surprise, surprise, there's more of the 7 Sages. And this time they have Getsus with them. So there's a very, very intellectual conversation going on right now about if Pokemon should be together or not, or if they should be separated from people. We don't care. Really, we just want to get this dialogue over. Really, we just want to get Bianca her mana back so we can continue playing the game. And she thanks them, and Iris goes off at her for it. But Team Plasma walk off. Iris flips out because they're getting away again. Which I don't understand, that we just let Team Plasma just walk away from us like 3 times in the first hour of the game, despite knowing that they did something bad. We very rarely actually bring them to justice. But Berg now welcomes us to the Castelia City Gym. And yes, my dog's barking in the background. That is correct. We have a new puppy, and he's very, very excited. It's about walk time now. He's very, very excited to go on his walk. So this is a gym that's either loved or hated, I've noticed. It's the it's honeycomb with honey between all the balls, and it's kind of annoying in terms of execution because you can only go through the center, and if you mess up and hit either side of the ball, there's like a little animation where the honey jiggles. Hopefully I won't showcase that, and I'm good enough to stay out of the way. Would be ideal. A crit would also be ideal right now. Noted. Okay. Well, we got Swaddle. And this Venipede has Poison Point. Hopefully it doesn't activate. It's 30%. Well, or I could just miss and then get crit. That works too, I guess. What a wonderful, wonderful time. My HP is looking a little sketchy here. If I hit both of my takedowns, then we're fine. Ideally, I hit both, and then I'm left on 1 HP, and I could just Super Potion up to 51. And that's like perfect HP range. Although there is a... yeah, okay, there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about with the honey. That's the exact thing I didn't want to showcase. Because it means I'm bad. But, hey... If you hit any of these buttons that don't actually correspond to a gate opening, you get a trainer encounter, by the way. That's why you'll see me avoiding some of them. It's not because they don't do anything, it's because they make you fight a new trainer. What I could do instead, actually, is... Okay, right, what I'm gonna do... Should I do that? Should I heal? Probably. The answer is probably yes. But do I want to heal? The answer is no. But I should. But I'm not going to. I would like to change my answer. I'm definitely going to heal. I'm pansying out of my previous statement after missing a takedown. No! Stop missing. That's a 7 and 8 range that I missed. Wow. Okay. No, do not teach that over Retaliate. That would have been really, really bad. Okay. My Super Potion count is scarily low right now. So I was gonna save before Berg anyway. I'm definitely doing it now. Berg is a very, very scary fight in this run with Lillipup. With Tepig, it's free, but it's really, really difficult with Lillipup. Okay, I'm playing this pretty risky. I'm outside of the HP range that you ideally want to be in here. But that's on purpose. No, it's not. I just want to say it's on purpose to sound convincing. I'm going to take her, because I saved, I'm going to take a risk here.
Just say that's part of the RNG maneuver.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a perfect showcase of why we bought the antidotes, because Poison Tail's 10% to poison you, but 10% equals 100% if your name is Scoagogo. There we go. Okay. There's no point healing out of these ranges whenever I've saved, especially whenever I have such low heal count anyway. Resetting there after getting the C gear, definitely want to keep that turned off. Ideally, it just stops using Poison Tail and spams Pursuit. It's never going to happen, but ideally that's what would happen. I'm trying to get to +4 here, by the way. Then I'll heal. Okay. It was, for a really long time, it was thought that this Dwebble has Sturdy. It doesn't. In Black and White 2, Berg's Dwebble has Sturdy. It does not in Black and White 1. Retaliate is an 81% range to one-shot here. Of course. Noted. Alright, well, Berg will heal and I get another opportunity. I missed it twice! Oh, wow, he has 2 healing items. I did not know he has 2 healing items. Okay. I would have gone for Retaliate again there. I didn't think he had 2. You live and you learn. Can I talk to the guy and get a fresh water even though I've beaten the gym? I don't know if you can do it after you've already won. I've never tested this in my life. Might as well test it now. I only have 1 super potion. It would be nice to to have another one. But I'm pretty sure I don't get one from him. Might have to wait until Elise's gym. Yo. Never mind. Okay, screw you. I guess we're not getting another fresh water. I'll get one at Elise's gym. I mean, if I was doing like a PB attempt, I would never even consider trying to get one. It's just because marathon and I only have 1 healing item at the moment. It would have been nice to have another one. But we'll live, don't worry. We will survive. I have faith. There goes our last super potion. I'm also going to repel while we're in here. So guys, what rival fight is this? You guys are supposed to be keeping track, so I expect everyone to know. I expect 100% correct answers here. So ideally I get Takedown Miss and Odor Sleuth and I just take no damage here at all. Won't get that lucky there. Well, there's half of what I asked for. Yeah. Okay. Well, it just means that this herdier is now guaranteed to die. It's a 14 and 16 to die if there's no recoil damage. You know what? Whoever said, yeah, the dude that said more than one, I can't argue with you. You are technically correct. Although that is cheating. That is cheating the question. So I'm not going to accept your answer. But you are technically right. 8 is correct. Congratulations. There we go. Bianca's talking about how she was trained by Iris and how having her Pokemon stolen made her stronger. I don't believe that because she still lost, but if it helps her sleep at night, then sure. We'll go with that. Now guys, quick. I know it's been a really long time since our previous rival fight, but which rival fight is this? I'm not expecting you guys to get this one because there has been a really, really big break. Pidove. Use Air Cutter and miss. And just take no damage. Please. Because of our ability, by the way, we have Sandrush, so we do not... Wow, that's a crit. That's actually quite the opposite of what I asked you to do. No, dude. Okay. Because of our ability, we do not take damage from the Sandstorm. So had I not missed the stupid Leavanny range twice, I would have been able to go for takedown and then, or no, retaliate and then a takedown on the next fight after this one. But because I missed the range so many times, I'm now out of takedowns. Guys, this is the 9th one, and that was the 4th Charon fight. 4th Charon fight, 9th rival fight overall. Okay, so we have a spinner coming up here, and assuming I do this correctly, it'll be a guaranteed pass. That was not a guaranteed pass because I did it wrong, but I went for it anyway. So we're just going to call that a guaranteed pass. I accidentally stopped my movement there. If you do continued movement and don't turn frame at all, and you just walk over to the next tile, so if I just walked right there instead of like pausing for a second, because I'm an idiot, that would have been a guaranteed pass. But it looked guaranteed because I didn't get hit, so that's the big brain move. So we got some Ultra Balls that we're not going to use. And instead, we're going to go look at Team Plasma again. So, like I said, it's this fight that I was referring to that I could have gone for Takedown and Retaliate had I gotten the Vanny range. But because I didn't, I'm just gonna go for takedown. Oh wow, spectacular. Okay, I'm gonna do this instead. Use work up and then go for crunch. Just play it safe because I missed takedown again. That was the last takedown of the run that I was gonna end up using. As soon as I missed that, it became the last one. Four Charon, 3 Bianca, and 2 N, so 9 total. Write it down on a piece of paper, guys, come on. Gotta keep up.
Got notepad open.
Yeah, notepad. Stick it to your wall if it's on if you're doing it on physical paper. Stick it to your monitor. Get a Sharpie. Write it down on it. You'll never forget. You'll find it in 3 years' time and go, what is this about? And you'll have to sit and think back about this random bit of paper that has, like, Bianca, Charon, and N written on it. So we got the bike, but we're not equipping it just yet. We're going to do some shopping first. We're going to get Return, which is an exceptionally good move. And we're going to get Paralyze Heals and Hyper Potions. And we're going to PC Heal once again.
I do sometimes like find random TXT files on my computer with really bad names with stuff in them that I had no idea I had in them.
Stuff from like 3 years ago, and you're like,
yeah,
what is this?
Just like keyboard mash names and whatever. Like, cool, thanks, past me. It's totally helped me.
I know what all of this means, definitely. Okay, so we now have the bike, it's registered, that's how we're going to be, that's what our Y presses are going to be for now, is the bike. So, as you can probably tell, the bike is really, really fast in this game, and it's really, really difficult to control. So hopefully my execution on the bike is good. It's really, really 50-50. But we found N, and he's now taking us on a romantic Ferris wheel ride together. We're looking for Team Plasma, apparently. But he's just told us that he's the king of Team Plasma. So now it looks a little bit dangerous and we're going to get beat up or something. But, yeah, a wonderful little cutscene just to be told that, hey, I am the leader of the evil team that you've been fighting all this time. But now he is going to protect the Team Plasma Grunts that we were going to be chasing. And we have to fight N instead. Surprise, surprise, here is another rival fight, only now he gets his cool Team Plasma background. Yes, Return is the move that increases damage with better friendship. Return is going to be used a lot in this run. Starting right now. We're going to beat up a lot of stuff with Return right now. Yes, N is unfortunately a very, very bad guy. Only not really. N is more understood. Or sorry, N is more misunderstood than bad. He was led to a bad path, not through his own fault at all. But this will all become clear later. We get a nice little close-up of Anne. You know, our hats actually touched there, so that basically means we're dating now. Yeah, so messing up movement to go into a doorway is actually one of the worst things that can happen in this game on the bike. Because the Generation 5 bike doesn't have a speed up at all, like it doesn't have a ramp up of speed, it's just full on all the time. It's really, really hard to adjust yourself one tile sometimes. But this is now the worst section of the game here because of Elisa. This entire gym, these Emolgas all have an ability called Static, which is a 30% chance to trigger, and it paralyzes you if it triggers. And obviously we really, really don't want that. Paralysis is absolutely terrible. Double team is fine. There we go. No static trigger. There are 5 opportunities to get static in this gym. No, I spoke to you. Oh, the roller coaster's gonna leave without me, isn't it? Yeah. Idiot. God damn it. What a strange mistake. What a place to have it happen to. Okay, so these blitzels don't have static, by the way. Blitzels are free pickings for us. This dude only had one blitzel, but the next person we're going to fight actually has two. Might as well just do a little dance while I wait on this roller coaster. This is why I sit and do runs all the time. I just sit and turn frame endlessly until the roller coaster comes back. So Roland also has two blitzels. There is one more Emolga to fight before we get... I didn't even get the freshwater from this gym. I said I was going to and I just didn't. I apologize, I've completely lied to you. Oopsies. Don't worry, we'll get it at the next gym. And if I forget, I'll get it at the next gym. And if I forget, I'll get it at the next gym. I'll probably forget in every single gym. But that's not my fault. It's up to you guys to remind me. Let's do it this way. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's never my fault. I'm the runner. It can't be my fault. It's literally impossible for the runner to be at fault at a marathon. Okay, well, thankfully that didn't take too long. So this is the final Emolga before we fight Elisa. Elisa herself actually has two Emolgas. So we're going to go for the work-up return combo that we went for against the other two. Hopefully we don't die. Double team. Please hit. Good. No static. Okay, well, we just need to heal the full here. Just heal. Okay, I'm gonna X speed against Elisa. There's a strat you can do where you don't X speed. I'm gonna do it. For safety. Safety is important. It's barely even any faster to skip it though. Like, I'm pretty sure Wrecker doesn't even skip it. Now, this fight's just stupid because she spams Volt Switch. But we are going to be outspeeding Emolga now. And assuming no statics, then we just don't have any more Volt Switches. So there's one more static chance. Nice. What a time to get a staticless gym at a marathon. Alright, sick. Not bad. My execution definitely could have been better, but... There we go. There's our 4th gym badge. We've now beat up Elisa. And our HP is decent enough too that we don't actually have to heal before we do the next fight. Had I been paying attention, I would have activated that switch before fighting Elisa. It's slightly faster too. You have to wait for less time here if you activate that switch first. And
definitely
then, like,
the right run to get staticless.
Pardon?
Definitely the right run to get staticless.
Oh, I mean, if everything else is going wrong, it's nice for it to throw me a bone at least one thing. But now we get to play dress up. which is probably not something you expected from a Pokemon speedrun, but we now get to play dress up. This is a very, very important and intricate part to the Pokemon run. It's very, very important. And I am actually going to slightly customize. I normally don't because, you know, I want to be doing like the exact best time possible. But I can take a few seconds to put some sunglasses on Herdier or something like that, you know?
You should have asked Zonorous what he wanted.
Had I thought ahead, I would have... Can you not put a bow? Oh, wow. Okay, I guess because Herdier doesn't have any hands that you can't really do very much with it. There we go. Herdier got some sunglasses. If you actually frame perfectly equip an item to your Pokemon, it is actually ever so slightly faster. The dialogue afterwards is slightly shorter. So if you manage to do it absolutely frame perfectly, then it's faster. Otherwise, it's not. So this is where Bianca's dad now comes to try and take her home and be like, yo, you've gone far enough in your journey. You don't need to go any further. But Elisa steps in and is like, no. Let her keep going. You know, just bursting in on a family matter. As you do.
Especially in public.
Oh, especially in public. So Elisa is now advancing, and she's going to go and to the next route, where she actually told us to go after our gym battle with her. So that's where we're going to go. But surprise, surprise, we've been stopped yet again. And we have to do another rival fight. And I know you definitely didn't see this one coming. But yes, there is another rival fight. Which rival fight is this one, guys? So despite the fact that we have work up, we're going to be using an X attack here instead, because Liepard is guaranteed to go for Fake Out, which is a priority move that makes us flinch. So if we went for work up, we'd just be losing a turn. Wow, okay. I have never seen it not go for Fake Out. I'm going to be honest. I was pretty certain it was guaranteed. That's why I said it was guaranteed. I've never seen that before. So I could have gone for work up there and been completely fine. That is absurd. Of course, I'm like, yeah, of course Liepard's going to go for Fake Out. It just doesn't. Quick attack, okay. At least it didn't go for detect. Now, the real question for you guys is how many of these rival fights do you think there are in total? Overall, how many rival fights in the entirety of the game? Also, we're now getting our Stoutland. Herdier is no more. So, Elisa now comes over and is like, it's great that you guys are friends. You're helping each other out here. And now we've met this man, who is kind of important. He's only the champion. You know, it could be less important. It could be more important. But Sharon gets posed to, you know, he gets asked what he wants to do after becoming the strongest. And Alder challenges him to think about his response. And then he challenges two random school kids that are more than happy to just come and beat us up. For whatever reason. I don't really understand why they woke up and chose violence, but they're more than happy. So ideally I don't get hit at all. Ideally you go for work up here, Herdier. That's unlucky. At least I didn't get hit. It's just kind of slow now that Charon has to send in a different Pokemon. But it could have been worse. Could have been way, way worse. And like I said, we didn't get hit, so really, who cares? We benefited greatly from this.
Free XP.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're going to get a nice little cutscene of the Driftvale drawbridge coming down. And I'm going to warn you guys, we just have to go across another bridge where there is absolutely nothing. It's just a bridge.
Does that give me time to do more plugging?
It absolutely does.
Awesome. Because we would like to thank ESA for supporting the event and allowing us to stream on their channel. For information about their upcoming events and any changes due to the COVID-19 outbreak, be sure to check out esamarathon.com. Let me see. Yeah, and wait. There we go. Sorry, I've got like this whole text document and I was looking for a specific text and I couldn't find it. We would also like to remind you that aside from BSG events and their own marathons, ESA also hosts many other events across Europe, including the British UKSG, Hackathon, and many more. So be sure to drop a follow to see whenever something is alive.
So you'll have noticed that before going onto the bridge, I actually ran onto the bridge instead of equipping the bike. Generation 5, a lot of its lag is based off of trying to change the music. It's not very good at changing music in time. So if I had equipped the bike, it would have tried to play the bike theme, and then it would have lagged and made the loading time way, way longer.
So many oddly specific things about this game.
Yeah, Generation 5 is the only instance that I know of that that kind of stuff happens. So that movement you saw me do was for a spinner pass. It wasn't manipulated, it was just so that if the dude was looking away, I knew that I could get past. It was a guaranteed pass. So we've now got, so we're in the cold storage, which is essentially just a massive freezer. And this guy, Zinzolin, is very, very cold. And he had all his plasma grunts huddling around him, and now he has demanded that they beat us up and get rid of us. Which is a shame for him, because now we have a big strong pupper instead of just a tiny little one.
I think I finally understood the pun of Watchhog. Wow, that took me way too long. And I've even played this game casually.
Better late than never.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's just 4 plasma grunts that we have to defeat here. And then we're gonna get back to the main storage of, or sorry, the main story of the game. I said storage because we're in the cold storage, but I promise that's not actually where my brain was. So that's 2 of them, and these last 2 are even more easy to defeat. Because they only have 1 Pokemon each, as opposed to 2. And obviously a Trubbish isn't going to pose the most amount of threat to us, so we're pretty safe here. And then last but not least, this girl who has a Liepard. Which could slow us down a little bit. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully we just defeat it and move on. Sick. So there we go. There are the plasma grunts. They're all defeated now. And now Clay has come in. Clay obviously is the gym leader of this town, and he has recruited some men to come and take away the bad people for us. So it's a nice little break to just watch a little cutscene and not have to mash for a while, which is really nice. Especially because this game is exceptionally heavy with the mashing. Another thing to note is that Gen 5 doesn't have L equals A, which would give you an extra button to mash with, the left bumper button. Gen 5 is completely absent of that feature, so you only have 2 mashing buttons in this game. And Black and White 2 for that matter, but... So after doing all that in the cold storage, we go up to the gym and find that they have all been freed, pretty much. Getsus has found out that they all got captured, and now he is demanding all of his people back again. So all the work that we just did has just been completely undone. And they're all gone again. Once again, we just let Team Plasma walk off. But instead, we get to do a gym battle instead, which I think is more fun. I think gym battles are better, personally. So this is the ground type gym. Which is actually really easy for Stoutland. You would still actually have Pignite at this point if you were on the Tepig route. Oh wow, amazing voice crack. If you were on the Ember route, the Tepig route, you would still have Pignite here. You would not be evolved, and that's the main reason this is so difficult. And there's no way to get Ember for Clay. Which means Palpitoad is absolutely awful to go up against. Palpitoad is so annoying to kill with Tepig because you can't one-shot it. You can get pretty close with Return, but you have to do other moves first. So this is the second of the 3 trainers we have to fight before Clay. None of these guys are difficult. They can't actually harm us in any way. The first damage we will take in this gym is actually from Clay himself. Nothing beforehand can do anything to us. So this is the third and final one. Nice easy one shot on the Drillbur. And then we get to go down. Down the big elevator. Or the big lift. I don't know, elevator, lift, doesn't matter. We get to go down. Moral of the story. And once we are down here, you will see Clay standing at the bottom of that little tunnel. So this is actually a really easy fight. It can be a little irritating. Krokorok is a really easy. It's just straight in one shot. Things start to become a little worse whenever we go up against the next Pokemon, Palpitoad. We're gonna set up a workup. If it uses Aqua Ring, then it's fine, and it's just so easy. Bulldoze, that's what I was afraid of. So now my speed is lowered. And I went for Aqua Ring, so that's okay. But it now means the Excadrill is going to be faster than us for both of the turns that it's going to get against us. Normally it would only get 1, but now it's going to get 2 chances. I used Hone Claws. If it just does that again, then we're fine. I can use things like Rock Slide. Yeah, there you go. Didn't flinch though, so we're good. Nice HP. If you're lucky enough there to just get Aqua Ring from Palpitoad, and you can just go straight in, and then... I mean, it's obviously perfectly fine as long as you don't get flinches off of Rock Slide. But... Rock Slide flinches is pretty bad. And also a Slash, which is a higher crit rate. Which is... not really ideal. So normally you still have some super potions left or whatever here. I'm going to buy some supers to help maintain HP later in the run. But I'm gonna buy my max repels first. Just gonna... oh, I'm gonna buy a revive, actually, just for safety. Just in case I somehow die to something before, before I expect to. Obviously, I don't expect to die at all. But it's just in case something happens that kills me. I'm not just completely screwed. And I do have a backup that I can utilize in battle, as opposed to having to get the whole way back to a Pokemon Center and then fly back. Or even worse, if something happened before I got Fly and I would have to bike back or whatever. So, for a marathon, better safe than sorry. Odor Sleuth. That works too. Now, Masharna is good range, it's a 13 and 16. And I missed it earlier whenever I was practicing. Literally earlier today, I missed this range whenever I was practicing. My luck with ranges has not been very good over the past while. I've been missing everything under the sun. But hopefully this is a turning point for us, and we get a bit luckier. Would be nice. Go on. Yes, dude. Okay. Happy days. Our first range this run, I think. Because I've missed pretty much everything else.
Had to happen sometime.
Have to get lucky some of the time. Okay, so I ran there to make that scientist look the other way so I could just bike past instantly. That is called a run to bike. More common in Generation 3 speedruns, but it is used in Gen 5 as well, only it's not... See, the difference is in Generation 3 is it resets the spin cycle so that you're guaranteed to get past. In Generation 5 it pauses the spinner cycle, so you could run and then get on the bike and and the spinner could literally spin back the next frame. If you do movement correctly and do the setup and whatnot right, then it's guaranteed to get past, but the way I did it, I almost certainly was not guaranteed. So we've now found N again, who's going to greet us into Chargestone Cave. And honestly, N talks a lot of garbage. I don't really pay too much attention to a lot of N's dialogue, although whenever you play this game casually, N is actually probably the most interesting character. It's just I've played this game so many times that I don't really pay too much attention to anything that he talks about anymore. But N is an exceptionally interesting character. So Juniper here, now that we've met up with her again, is going to give us the Lucky Egg, which boosts our experience gain and basically allows us to be over-leveled for the rest of the game. So we're going to give the Lucky Egg max repel, and I'm also going to use that elixir that I just picked up. I'm also going to pick up another elixir. This trainer just moves about a bunch and is really, really scary. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to just play it safe. He cannot see you if you're in a pushing stone animation, so that's why I waited. There are obviously setups and cycles to get through that guy without stopping your movement, but I don't bother with it. I haven't learned it properly enough, and I wouldn't be confident enough to try and pull it off at a marathon, especially. Especially whenever the consequence of it is you hit him and you lose a bunch of time. So downstairs, as N told us, is a bunch of Team Plasma members that we have to fight. Now, there is actually a strat. No, I call it a strat. No one does it. You see that? You saw the dust cloud there, and there was also one in Wellspring Cave that appeared. If a dust cloud spawns in front of a trainer, it actually blocks their vision. So if there's a dust cloud between a trainer and you can just go straight past the trainer. There's a strat where you could theoretically do a save and quit to only fight half the amount of plasma trainers that you could do here. So for example, you do the save and quit, and then you get a dust cloud in front of the guy I'm fighting now, so that you go straight to this one here, and this is the first one you have to fight. And then after this one, you have another dust cloud spawn in front of the other person, or the next person, and you skip them. And, you know, it would save like 2 minutes or something, but there's no way to get dust clouds to do really what you want them to do. Like, some stuff has been found out about them, but not nearly enough to get a consistent manipulation with it. There is an airplane going past right now. I'd appreciate it if you just didn't.
It doesn't get picked up by the mic, luckily.
Ah, happy days. Because that is really, really loud for me. Good microphone for not picking that up. Picks up my dogs barking, but...
Hey, but that is important.
That is true. Doggos are important. These leopards all fake out. Obviously, I don't want to say it, of course. Yeah. You don't want fake out, obviously. It's just time loss. But random AI is random. Nothing you can do about it. Okay, so a lot of these fights are just pillage through and destroy all the Team Plasma grunts in your path, which is what we like to see. We like easy segments in speedrunning. So only 3 more, and then we can get ourselves out of Chargestone Cave. There's a few more leopards coming up as well. Well, I say that, there's one more. There are more in other locations in the game, but for Chargestone Cave at least, there's only one. One more beyond this point. And this is actually the fight that the Lightbird is on. So hopefully we don't get fake out. Fingers crossed. Given we got it from the previous one, we shouldn't get it from this one. They're not related at all by any stretch of a mile. That's just me reassuring myself that we're gonna that we're gonna get good RNG. So this is the last Team Plasma run for this Plasma Gauntlet, I guess you could call it. We just have to fight a bunch of Team Plasma. Back to back to back to back. So there we go. That is the end of the Team Plasma Gauntlet. Question mark. Because it's not actually. We have to face N now. And he asked us if we have a dream. Of course we have a dream. He wants to put our dream to the test though. So guys, what rival fight is this? Which N fight is this? How many times have we fought N so far? Y'all are keeping track. Not me. I'm not keeping track. It's up to you guys. Okay, I need to go to +2 here. You can go to +1. It's just slow because his ferocity doesn't die at +1. And it has the Iron Barbs ability, which triggers and it's slow. There's that Iron Barbs ability. I'm still not in red HP. Now, would you guys believe that I have my own splits up just out of curiosity, and I actually just golded that segment from Clay to N4. I got a gold split. I'm very, very surprised, actually.
And that was with one fake out, right?
Yeah, with a fake out, I got a gold and extra shopping that I don't normally do.
Damn.
So, amazing. So that's the end of Chargestone Cave. And now we get to move 5 feet into another cutscene where we get to meet a guy called Cedric. This is Professor Juniper's dad, who is also a professor, blah blah blah, Pokedex upgrades, and this is Skyla. This is who we are going to be fighting next. In terms of the gym. However, we do have a little bit of a side quest to do first, which in my opinion, this is actually one of the better parts of the game. I really, really like this location. Mistralton City and the routes around it is one of my favorite points. But as Skyla tells us, she saw something fall at the top of Celestial Tower, so she's going to go and investigate and see what it is. Oh my god. Nice movement, dude. Heal. Probably didn't need to hyper potion that. I probably could have gotten away with a super potion, but better safe than dead. We're gonna get a PP up to increase the PP of return later on. But this is Celestial Tower. This is what we're gonna have to climb up now. Now, the first floor of this is just like a normal place. However, the following 2 floors are actually really, really interesting. Because the people on it will look like spinners, but they are not spinners. Need to stress that. They are not spinners. The people on the 2nd and 3rd floor of Celestial Tower will change directions whenever you press B. on your DS. So I'm going to be using that to get past and not have to fight anyone. But they're not spinners. And I can prove that they're not spinners because after I get past the last one, the final floor, I'll spam B and you can see them go nuts. Might as well show it off. But that's not the case for this floor. It's only the second and third. So B, B. Yeah, see, I was spamming B there and they were all going nuts. Yeah, they spin a lot whenever you spam B. So although our repel has worn off, for whatever reason, up here, I've been told that there are just no encounters. Whenever you get up to this, up on top of these staircases to go and ring the bell. Now that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, personally, but hey. Who am I to judge? Now, had I been paying enough attention, I would have actually taught Fly to Woobat in the previous menu, but I'll just do it now.
It would be a bit silly that you like do one step in front of the bell and then you instantly get like an encounter.
Yeah. Okay. So there's Fly taught. As I said earlier, because Woobat's the lower level, we don't have to teach Fly over anything else, so it's a little bit of time save. So now that that's out of the way, we are going to go to the Mistralton Gym. Now this place, if it exists in real life, would be a serious health hazard, as you can probably tell just even from the first 10 seconds of me being in the place. Being shot out of cannons across the place is not exactly the idea of safety, but that's not important. Because we are a game character, and we don't have feelings. At least we cannot be hurt by the real world, apparently. So these tranquils all have detect. I really don't want to see detect, because it'll waste PP. I'd rather keep as much PP as possible. So we got through one. Nice. Got through both. So, there's no possible attacks against this dude. This guy is just a simple defeat both Pokemon. So they actually pull a bit of a sneaky on you. You can actually approach this cannon from this angle, which isn't inherently obvious. And it throws a lot of people off because they go through the other way, which just shoots you straight back into another trainer, which is kind of mean, but... So we're going to beat up this Unpheasant, and then we're going to actually learn a new move. We're going to get rid of Retaliate for a potentially very, very useful move. It generally is very, very useful. Nice, got the Unpheasant range. Oh, sorry. No. We'll get it after this next fight. Sorry, whenever I was practicing earlier today, I hit an extra trainer and that's why I got it slightly early. It's after this one. So we'll be getting rid of Retaliate to replace it with Reversal, which is a move that does more damage. It's a fighting type move that does more damage the lower your HP is. It won the speed tie, but it didn't hit me, so. Level 42. There's reversal. Get rid of retaliate. Now you guys have been saying, yes, no, it's fine with the decoration of the gym. I am gonna just tell you right now that what's happening right now is definitely not safe. You're literally being shot through hoops as a human being. And this one, it's even worse, because you just go straight into the wall. So, you know, absolutely brutal, and you would probably be mangled. But we're just gonna live with it. So this is our 6th gym fight. This is against Skyla. Skyla's a really, really easy fight. None of the gym fights from here on are in any way challenging. The worst one is Berg, by a considerable margin if you ask me. So, kill Swoobat, and then we're going to use Work Up against Unpheasant, and hopefully it goes for Razor Wind. Yeah, that's good. Okay, damageless Skyla is nice. So there we go. That's our 6th gym badge. And Skyla's going to tell us all about how she saw Team Plasma at one stage. After she gives us acrobatics, of course. My bad. Sorry. Forgot that we have a very important item. Yeah. Asking what kind of people Team Plasma are. Now, I think Team Plasma are pretty nice people. Also, look at this landing. Absolutely flawless. Been working on that one for years. Now we go outside and we meet N once again, who's wanting to talk to our Pokemon, because that's an ability that he has. He can talk to Pokemon. Which is weird, but it's cool, I guess. You know, whatever floats your boat. If he's developed the ability to speak to them, you know what? I'd use that a lot myself. If I could speak to Pokemon, I'd speak to them. So now we're going to make our way for Twist Mountain. That guy with the blue hair, by the way, does not fight you unless you have 3 Pokemon. He is a triple only. Okay, so Max Repel, PP up, return, use that elixir. And once again, we are stopped for another rival fight. If you couldn't guess, it was bound to happen eventually. Now, which rival fight is this? I think I have the right number in my head.
Been a bit too quiet when it comes to...
Oh, of course. It's been at least 10 minutes. Detect is good. Nice. Detect into no detect is the best way that can go. 13 is close.
Oh no, I missed one as well.
Unless I'm being stupid, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Oh no, as I said earlier, I am right. Of course, I'm Speedrunner, so of course I'm right.
You have the whole route.
This will probably go for Fake Out. See, I'm inclined to say that that was rival 14. I'm disagreeing. That was the 6th Charon fight. We've had 4 Bianca fights, and we've had 4 N fights. Which would make that, the 14th. Return was guaranteed to kill, yes. Okay, this dude is kinda scary in runs if you have lower HP. If you're really high HP like I am now, this is like irrelevant and kinda boring. But this guy can do a lot of damage to you. That's a crit. I'm actually gonna work up here. I'd rather... Actually, no, that was probably the wrong play. I probably should have just gone for the +0 range against Girder. Girder without a work up is like a 7 and 16 to kill. And if I'd missed it, then it would have put me at lower HP. Probably should have gone for that instead. Oh well. You live and you learn. No, the 4th Bianca fight was just after Clay.
Oh yeah, I missed that one then. I went to the bathroom real quick there.
Yeah. I imagine that's probably the one that people have missed. So, I never actually mentioned this before. Generation 5 has the seasons. And because it's winter, Twisted Mountain is just completely filled up with snow, so we can skip the entire Twisted Mountain section and just get the whole way to the exit. I never actually mentioned seasons before. The season changes every month, and it starts obviously January is spring, February summer, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So we're playing in a winter month, literally for this exact reason that we can skip Twisted Mountain. So Cedric's asking us about Dragon Spiral Tower, which obviously we know nothing about. What is Dragon Spiral Tower? I've never actually gone for that movement before where you go through all the runner dudes. I've never done that before, and that's the first time I've ever even decided to try it, and I got it. Cannot complain about that. Okay, so all of these Cubchews have a move called Endure. Yeah, there it is. We do not want to see Endure. Endure lets them live on 1 HP. And it just loses time, and it's not great. Okay, that one didn't endure. So one of the other main reasons that Stoutland is faster than Emboar is every time a Pokemon over a certain weight is sent into battle, there's like a ground shaking animation, which Emboar does get because Emboar is a rather heavy Pokemon. Stoutland does not get that. It's just regular, it's just sending it lands in the ground and you go. Every time a Pokemon that doesn't have that animation is sent out into battle versus one that does, it saves 1 second. And obviously, you send your Pokemon out into battle a lot. So the seconds add up. I think it's like 1.5 minutes or something overall. It's a lot over the course of the run. Especially because there's so many segments where you just fight like one Team Plasma person. And then you continue. There's another Endure. Not what we want to see. Okay, well, at least it didn't go for it twice. So, you'll probably have noticed that this is any percent and not any percent glitchless. Now, I know for some games, any percent means like heavy uses of glitches. Some of them have it as any percent just because glitchless is no different. Like the normal any percent route is glitchless. That's the case for Black and White too. That's not the case in this game. We will be using one minor like oversight to skip one trainer in this entire game. Because it's only one trainer, there's not really a point in making the difference between any percent and glitchless. Because it literally would be like 40 seconds of time difference. But that is coming up in just a minute. But first of all, we have an ice puzzle to solve and maneuver our way through. We have one more trainer to fight before I can show that off. I see a question about competitive. I don't play competitive. I'm very much, I'm a strict speedrunner. I don't really touch anything else. It's starting to come into my head now how much I really should have probably stalled against Girder to get lower HP for reversal. Now you want to see that trainer in particular? Too bad, I'm going to skip that trainer. And it's about to happen right now. It's that black belt dude up there. We're going to skip him by running through a rock that has no collisions programmed onto it. So you can just phase right through it. Who knew? And with him out of the way, we can now get our way to Bryson. Now Bryson is easy. I might actually try and stall here to get lower HP. But not against Vanillish. Okay. I did say not against Vanillish, and then I hit the wrong move, so I should have used return because of acid armor. That was a mistake on my end. Oh, I really want to be like the tiniest bit lower in HP, but it's probably okay. You know what? I say it's okay, so it's okay. That's how this is working now. I say it's fine.
Not sure if that has been working for this run so far, but okay.
Yeah, oh no, of course. Okay. So with Bryson out of the way, we're going to get ourselves out of the gym. Bryson doesn't talk very much as well. He's also a very optimal speedrunner. He lets us, well, it's not that he's optimal, he's actually helping us be optimal. So we come out and we meet Charon and Bianca, and they're questioning about their journey and if they're getting any stronger, and then Bryson just tears out here and yells at everyone and identifies that the Shadow Triad are here. Who obviously we can't normally see, but because Bryson is smart or something, and very, very observant, he can just sense that they're there and call them out. So the Dragon Spiral Tower that was mentioned to us by Cedric is where we're going to go next. And ironically, here is Cedric. But Bianca is here with us.
By the way, quick question. Did you forget the fresh water again?
I did forget the fresh water again. You're right. I'm yet to, you know, at this point I don't even need it. It's just, I have actually just been forgetting. Because I did buy super potions in Driftvale. But I forgot it in Mistral and in Icarus. So we're gonna repel here on entry. Oh my god. close the menu, please. That would be really nice. So encounters here are really weird in that whenever the floor is green, you can get encounters. On floors that you have a green tiling, you can get encounters. You'll see whenever I leave this room and the floor is no longer green, you will not see me reapply a repel. And that's just because there's no need. So this is a little puzzle. Little hopscotch puzzle or something, I don't know. We don't need that. But we come up here. And they're holding off some of the team plasma guns for us, but we have to fight a lot of them. Now this is just a longish segment of fighting a bunch of plasma guns. So this is a brilliant time for donations and plugs and all that kind of stuff.
Sure thing. Oh, let me see. Right, so if you were to donate at least like €5, you would be in the running for a pretty cool prize. You would be getting a Majora's Mask displate all the way to the end of the event. So you can just donate for that. And while you're donating, you can always look at the incentive list by typing !bids, and then you can like see what kind of incentives there are. There are a bunch of cool ones. You can name some characters. You can get some really funky music to be happening. Oh, I didn't even see that one. That sounds really awesome. You could just get some funky music on the stream. How about that? Or you could get a bunch of color choices in, like there's one for Bugs Next Any Percent, where you can choose the color, and a little later on you can choose the gun color for Portal Glitchless. There's just so many things you can donate to. So how about you donate? Because all the money is going to a great cause, which is a Mind. And that is a nationwide organization committed to preventing mental health issues and to support everyone who's dealing with mental issues themselves or within their family. So it's a great charity. Just donate. So easy. Just a few clicks and a bit of money.
Alright, the same applies for all of these librarians that have applied for all the other ones. They all have fake out. Now, you probably saw that my first reversal against the first library didn't actually kill. That's my bad. My HP was too high. To the point where my reversal par was too low because my HP was slightly higher. But that slash should keep me in a good range for the rest of the run.
That is asking if people can donate to make you do a barrel roll. Is that possible?
A barrel roll?
I wonder if you can like turn your camera on OBS like that. Just rotate it.
It would probably be pretty difficult for me because of my camera setup.
Fair enough. I'm sorry, we cannot make the streamer do a barrel roll.
The next runner might be able to, but with the way my webcam is, it would be exceptionally difficult. I'd have to adjust nearly my entire setup to get it into a position where I would actually be visible to do that. Okay, so we've got a max elixir, and that's to restore all our PP again. Because we're doing a bunch of plasma fights here. Believe it or not, this is not the end of the plasma stuff. Because after we do these, there is another plasma fight, or another plasma section to do. So you end up doing a lot of plasma fights back to back. So there's 4 more trainers here, and then there's a bit of like a dialogue break to where you just sit and mash for a while, and there's also a cutscene and whatnot. But we'll be back on track where we're fighting our way up to the top of Dragon Spiral Tower. But we're currently surrounded, and you know there's 4 plasma grunts as you know. It's very, very intimidating. I'm surprised my PP has actually worked out okay here. Normally I'm short on something. With the way that I use my moves, I'm normally short on at least one of them. But it looks like I'm sweet for everything. No fake out. Good. That's the last life root of Dragon Spiral Tower. Yeah, despite the fact that there's 4 of them, we end up fighting them one-on-one. It would be really cool if they did double battles or something, like 2 doubles. Or if they introduced a quad battle or something. I don't know how kind the DS would take that in a battle engine. I don't think it'd probably go down too well. I actually had exactly enough crunches.
Or just one dude with 6 Pokemon.
So, here we are. We've got our whole way to the top of Dragon Spiral Tower. We get a lovely cutscene with N and Zekrom. Zekrom looking very, very, very scary. We approach N. And this is essentially N's new pet, really. Summoning the legendary Pokemon. So, and he runs off and he tells us to find the other legendary Pokemon. So we all regroup at the bottom to discuss what has been going on. And we once again meet Alder. Who tells us that we need to go and find the other one in order to compete with Anne. We're told we have to go to Relic Castle. So would you believe it? Relic Castle is where we're off to next. Now, there are setups for these spinners. I'm not going to go for them because I'm really, really bad at these ones. Come on. Anytime this side of Christmas. Oh my god. That was so slow. That guy did not want to look away. I should not have equipped the bike there because that gave me a bunch of music lag. Yeah, the movement in the Desert Resort is really, really hard to do well. And the movement in Relic Castle is one of the parts that I'm normally good at, but I'm not gonna say too much in case I hilariously mess it up. Because if you run on those little pits, then you get sucked down to the bottom floor, or the floor below, sorry. And it's a lot of time lost because you have to climb the whole way back up. Sometimes you have to climb up multiple floors again to get there. Our HP is still on the higher end, but we don't have to stall. If my HP was a bit higher, I'd probably have to. But... Now you can run into the last bit. The last tile of it, and it doesn't really lose you any time, as you probably saw me do there on the top floor. So I'm going to return the Watchog because my HP is not low enough to go for a reversal against it. So I'm just going to use return. Do not want last resort.
While the game is busy padding its runtime, I got a €5 donation from Themo saying, "Good luck on the run, Scoa." Thank you very much for the donation.
Okay, so a lot of the movement in Desert Resort is really, really particular. Obviously, messing up your movement too badly, you go into the sinkholes and whatnot, and fall down a bunch of floors. You also have to be really careful with your biking. You can just stay off the bike for the whole thing. In fact, it's probably smarter to stay off the bike for the entirety of the thing. I don't. I like challenging myself and doing the bike movement because it's hard. But, you know, if you're smart and you're not as confident in your movement, it makes a lot of sense to stay on the bike for the entirety of the thing. Or stay off it, sorry. Don't stay on it for the entirety of the thing. That would be awful. You'd lose a lot of time doing that. No fake out. No, dude. Okay, well that's the first one, I think, of this entire segment. Because I did take damage from the first light bird, but that was because of slash. That wasn't because of a fake out. Although it probably actually benefits me a little bit, because it knocks my HP further from the leveling out of reversal threshold. So it's not all bad. It could be better. Obviously, it would have been more ideal to just not get it at all. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But these are the last two plasma grunts that we have to fight. For a while, at least. So, Scraggy Death. And we move forward to our final Team Plasma Grunt fight. Hip hip hooray. I can hear everyone chanting that we're getting out of the plasma section. Because I appreciate that this section is exceptionally long in a run, but it's a lot of intricate and challenging movement for the most part, especially in the Desert Resort segment. I nearly reversaled that Trubbish, that would have been awful. Okay, no fake out. Good. That could have been way worse. So now we're at the bottom where Getsus and Alder is, and apparently Charon was right behind us the whole time and did nothing. So Getsus is gonna yada 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 on about. He was looking for the Light Stone, and he was unable to find it. And now N is on his way to the Elite Four to overthrow the champion, and Alder is like, oh, I'm not gonna lose, blah 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 blah. He's gonna fight for the belief of Pokemon and all this, and I guess Alder shall be put to the test to see if he is actually as good as he says. So we got an extra transceiver call from Juniper who tells us to come to the museum in Nakarine City. So that's exactly where we're going to go. No, that's the summary. Stupid mistake. So remember, the museum is all the way back here in the second place, and that stupid little stone that they found way back when that I hinted at, I was like, I bet this isn't going to be important. Turns out the legendary Pokemon is in this stone. And that's what Team Plasma were looking for way back whenever they took the Dragon Skull instead. They were actually looking for this.
What? No way.
But now we have it. And now we need to figure out how to wake up the dragon from the stone. This is where we're told to go to Opaloosid City and interact with Drayden and Iris. Iris you will remember from earlier. And now it's a big team effort to try and get Reshiram out of the stone. And we are going to do everything we can. But for now, we're going to go to Opaloosid City. We have to fly back to Icarus and then we will move on our way. So in every other season other than winter, obviously this is not frozen over and you can just run along the water. It's actually slightly faster to be able to just run along the water. You don't have to slide about in the ice. But you know, optimally a seed will get you for winter for Twist Mountain, and it will swap over to spring. So like the day will take over and it'll go into spring. The odds of you being able to have a seed like that are pretty low though.
Oh hey, another rival fight.
I was about to say it, and if you are still keeping track, we have another rival fight to add to your tally. So I hope you guys are keeping track. Better see the correct number in chat from someone as to which rival fight this is. So this fight is actually really, really straightforward. Just work up twice and then sweep. $15 is correct. For everyone said 15.
Well, we're bang on one rival fight per 10 minutes now.
Pretty much, yeah. So here is another bridge. This is another brilliant time for donations and plugs.
Ah, heck. Let's see. You can consider using your free Prime monthly gaming subscription right here on the ESA channel. You'll get access to the ESA emotes as well as several BSG emotes, and you get support of both the events. And we'd also like to remind you that aside from BSG events and their own marathons, ESA hosts many other events across Europe, including British UKSG, Hackathon, and many more. So be sure to drop a follow to see whenever something is live.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I can just keep going, or...
Honestly, you know what? You probably can, because there's another really, really long talking cutscene here.
Oh boy. Speaking of other marathons, BSG actually supports a lot of small community events as well. We've done stuff like the Harvest Moon Marathon or the Colin McRae-a-thon, and we have our own Twitch channel to put those on. You can find us at twitch.tv/BSG_marathon. That is BSG_marathon. And speaking of other channels, you can also check out our YouTube channel because we post a YouTube. Wow, I'm. Okay, let me. Okay, here we go. Stay updated with our events by following us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle BSG Marathon. You can get a behind-the-scenes look of the event and stay up to date with the latest news on our marathons, events, and more. We're also in the process of uploading all of our VODs on our YouTube channel, and you can find that one at youtube.com/BSG Marathon. Be sure to check that out and subscribe to fund one new video per day in your feed. There we go.
There we go.
It's been a day.
So on that tube line bridge, we encountered Getsus and the Shadow Triad, who told us about their plan on Opalicid. That cutscene there that you just watched where Getsus was talking is him also still keeping up the act of, we are going to unleash the dragon on Unova and everyone should release their Pokemon. They're trying to make everyone scared or something. But here we are with Drayden and Iris now, where we are going to hopefully learn how to awaken Reshiram from the Lightstone. Now, an interesting thing about this city is Opalicid City both looks different and has a different theme depending on if you play on black or on white. As you can tell on black, which is what I'm on, it's a lot more modern, neon lighting, upbeat music. In white, it's a lot less developed. It's, you know, stone flooring with grass, and it's a lot less modern. It's a lot more of a rural looking town. And in my opinion, the music is nicer. I actually prefer the look of the city in Pokemon Black, but the music in Pokemon White. But Drayden has told us to get to the gym, which is where we are now going to head off to and start the final round of trainers, really, in the game, because this is the last big build up to the final gym battle. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. So the 8th gym, being a dragon type gym, it kind of throws a lot of people. Dragon is inherently a difficult type to go up, especially in a gym. Especially with the kind of Pokemon you could be put up against. Thankfully, they don't do anything too crazy with this. They could do a lot worse. And hit you a lot harder with the Pokemon, but... Here, it's just a lot of dinos, fractures, Drudigans, that kind of stuff. Although I guess with the seasons and whatnot, the ability to get Ice-type Pokemon is a lot... You know, it's a lot easier to get Ice-types in this game. Messing up my execution. So yeah, there's just a handful of trainers to get through before we get to Drayden. Now in Pokemon White, you actually end up fighting Iris instead of Drayden. No, I never actually really explained the difference between Pokemon Black and White. One of the more minor differences is obviously the Drayden versus Iris fight. Drayden's Drudigan has rough skin, which wastes a few seconds whenever triggered. Iris's doesn't, so it saves a little bit of time there. On the flip side, near the end of the game, you get Zekrom if you play on White. And Zekrom is not very good. Zekrom is pretty trash by comparison to Reshiram. Because N has Zekrom right now, so we're going to get Reshiram. Reshiram can kill Zekrom easier than Zekrom can kill Reshiram. Really is the main thing for the fight. So because my HP is really, really high actually, I might not have to heal for a bit. I don't know if I have to heal. I'll probably have to heal at some point during this gym. But it's not going to be just yet. Drudigan, there's a Drudigan on the next fight, and it's probably going to do a decent chunk of damage to me, but it's not going to put me in any real danger. Touch wood. It better not. I'd be really shocked if it put me in danger. If it does, I can just heal, and that's fine, but... This is the Dragon I was talking about. I have to do a workup first before we hit it. So it gets a chance to use a move against me. There we go. We're sweet. There's the rough skin I was talking about. So in this gym, obviously you're hitting these buttons and you're moving along the dragon heads. This gym is actually really, really long. And there's a lot of backtracking and whatnot and moving around. Now it's actually possible to skip one of the trainers in this gym. But by the time you actually do it, it's not worth doing. It would just be faster to have fought the trainer. The setup for skipping him takes so long that it's actually faster to just fight. So I'm thinking about my HP here. I'm at 46. I don't really have to heal at any point unless I'm under 23. Well, that is indeed not under 23. So I think we're fine. This is fine. Don't worry. I'm not going to heal. I have faith. Or will I have to heal? No, I'll have to heal eventually. No, it's just for this next fight I don't have to heal. Right, do we want to play it fast or safe? This is the question. Fast or safe? I think we want to play it fast.
This is a speed run marathon.
Exactly, this is a speed run. I think we're gonna go fast. I have a revive. If going fast instead of safe goes wrong, then we're all good. Yeah, this is a speed run. We'll go fast. Okay. I've been convinced. Safety would have been using a hyper potion there instead of a super potion. I could actually have to heal again after Drayden. It depends how Drayden himself goes. So I could get punished for using a super potion instead of a hyper potion, but it's not the most likely. So the rough skin once again will trigger off Druddigan. Put me down to 56. So I am above the HP threshold for healing here. We have one more fight to do before Drayden. And this is just a really easy fight, just 2 returns and then we're done. Then we can go on to Drayden. Now, I don't want Drayden to hit me. I have to set up a workup against him first before I start sweeping. I don't want hit, because if I do get hit, then I'm probably going to have to heal before the fight, after in my repel menu. So ideally, I just don't get hit with the workup. And then everything is perfectly normal and perfectly okay. We're making our way up. Finally at the top of this maze of a gym. To fight Drayden and get our final gym badge. So please don't hit me. It would be really nice if you didn't. Yes, dude. Very nice. So here's another rough skin trigger. This would not happen if we were playing on white, because Iris's Druddigan does not have it. And that is the final gym battle. So now, of course, it's the standard, we go to the Elite Four, and we win. But we have a lot of work to do before we get to that point. And Drayden's asking us now to go and help Alder, because he does not know how strong N is. Now, we're met here by Professor Juniper, who's going to ask us an exceptionally important question. She's going to ask us if we regret going on our journey, and it's actually faster to tell us that to tell her that we do regret going on our journey. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to say, yes, I regret this entire thing. I hated every second of it, and now I have to go and save the world, and it's all your fault because you gave me a Snivy 2 hours 50 minutes ago. And she says, okay, fair enough, here's a Master Ball. So despite having deep regret about everything we've done, she decides to reward us. I guess it's a reward for honesty. So honesty maybe really is the best thing. So So the music here is also amazing, by the way. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've still been keeping track of these rival fights. Because we have another one for you to keep track of. So which rival fight is this, ladies and gentlemen? $27. Close. Use detect. Oh, taunt works too. Okay. No damage is very nice. Yup, this is Rival Fight 16. Now, the really good thing about this fight is not only do we get healed after this fight, that's really important, but we also don't have to deal with Fake Out from Liper. Liper does not have Fake Out here. So that's really nice. That is correct. That's the 7th Charon fight that we've had to do. And Charon's being all pessimistic and all this, yada yada yada. That was really strange movement. My thumb slipped off the D-pad there and made me turn frame up. I actually could have gotten seen by her. That was the penultimate spinner of the run. But interestingly, that spinner, if I was playing on Tepig, on the Tepig route, I would probably have saved before that spinner. Because if you hit that spinner in the Tepig route, you cannot win. She has a Jellicent that just destroys you. And you only have fire or fighting moves whenever you're playing with Tepig at that point. Or you also have return. And obviously fighting and normal moves do not hit. You're only okay in this route because you have crunch. So this is just the standard badge checking, which I think is this is a really nice badge check in my opinion. It's kind of extra. And somehow someone back there missed the Driftvale City badge. Kind of sucks to be him, I guess, but we get to just motor on through. And you'll also have noticed that a new instrument gets added every single time you go through a gate, so the music kind of builds up. So here's the final real stretch of movement in Victory Road. Now, this fight is... it's alright, it's not the best, it's not the worst. Whimsicott's fine, but Zebstrika is a speed type, and it has Spark, which can paralyze you really easily. Ideally, I just win the speed tie and take no damage. Would be infinitely preferable if that happened. No, okay. No. No, what is going on? Oh my god! Jeez. Okay. That was awful. You are only 25% to be fully paralyzed. And then I get a Dust Cloud encounter. Oh my god. Yeah, so those dust clouds can just kind of appear in front of you. And that was not in a time frame that I could have actually reacted to that in any way. So, I'm just gonna heal the full. There's really no reason not to. And we'll just continue. Did I max repel? I don't think I max repelled. I did not. Good thing I thought about that. Oh my god. This had not happened the entirety of the run, and now it's happened twice in Victory Road. Oh my days. Very unlucky. Victory Road. Oh my god, just get up the staircase. Jeez. Well, we're out. We're out of Victory Road. Boom. Done. Yeah, that's White 2 speaking to me, like, yo, why are you not playing White 2 right now? I'm sorry, guys. We're doing Pokemon Black for today. It's Lillipupp's time to shine. It's not always Excadrill time. So because we're at full HP, we weren't gonna be at full HP, but it turns out we are now because of stupid Marshall, or stupid Zipstrika paralyzing me like 7,000 times. We're gonna do Marshall first. So, Marshall, hello. Right, this is also a really, really, really good theme. Marshall's theme is so, so good. +1. +2. How much HP am I gonna have? Maybe under 30. We are winning. Don't want Giga Impact. So, Sock has Sturdy, so we have to do something to proc the Sturdy instead of just going straight for the kill. $39. I am going to fight Chantal. I actually don't know if I'm dead here. I don't know how much Chantal does. Probably should have this written down, but... I reckon healing's probably a smart play here. Yeah, I would have died. I would have preferred another Psychic. Another Psychic there would have been really nice. Because that would have hit me to about 120. And then Caitlin's Focus Blast would have hit me into perfect HP to kill Grimsley. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Chandelure has Flame Body, 30% to trigger. Have to heal if I get it. Unlucky. Jellicin. I don't know how much Jellicin does. This also has Cursed Body, which could trigger, but doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to heal before Caitlin. Oh, wrong way. Caitlin's this way. Grimsley's up to the left there. Okay, so Caitlin's the Psychic type. I'm gonna go for a workup, and hopefully Nicholas just uses Focus Blast. I guess a miss doesn't actually really matter here. Okay. 31 means I am dead to Scrafty. Okay, I'm gonna go into Marshall and then heal turn 1. Because of my HP, it will be guaranteed to try and kill me. I can just heal and then guard spec, because it knows Sand Attack.
Can I pop in with a quick donation?
Absolutely.
We got a €15 donation from Joseph Black, who says, "Couldn't let this pun slide, Joseph Black Mage." And he put that towards naming the Black Mage in Final Fantasy 1 Joseph. So, Joseph Black Mage. There you go.
I hope I'm making the right decision here, going in without healing. It'd be really weird if I got Sand Attack and had to hit 3 accuracy checks every single time. But because of the HP, it does like 60. Although I'm at 62, I'm at level 62 here, so it can do at least 58 to me, so there's no reason why it shouldn't just try to kill me. I'm at 61. I'm gonna heal. And then guard spec. Okay, I mean, I guess, sure. works, I guess. Healing was definitely the right play. I know for a fact now. Definitely correct. But Leopard knows fake out, so I'm gonna heal. Okay, and that is the Elite Four. And even Grimsley is saying, ah yes, N went through, and we don't know who you're going to have to face. But we're going to find out who we have to face in our champion battle. After we go up the massive, massive staircase. Towards our final battle. Where we find out that N has defeated Alder in battle. And now that N has noticed that we are here, he wants a suitable place for us to battle. So he decides to do this. You know, this makes perfect sense. And if you say otherwise, you're wrong. You know, I don't know about you guys, but every single day I'm just like, yep, make my house, sorry, my castle, not my house, my castle. I must make my castle rise from the sky, or from the ground, and tower over every other building. And then, whenever that's not good enough for me, I make all these staircases come out and assault the building that's surrounded. You know, absolutely just breaking into every single part of the Pokemon League. And that's a lot of damage.
I wonder how long it took to set all that up. Like, seriously, that's so
Probably
much work.
far too long.
Yeah.
And then Charon comes in, he's just beat the Elite Four, and Alder is... Yeah. Alder's been beaten up, and now we're being sent on the mission to go and defeat N, because Charon doesn't think he can do it. So Charon can just stay down there. This theme is amazing, by the way. Unfortunately, the theme is now over and you'll never hear it again. But now we are faced with 6 of the 7 sages, who all give us amazing one-liners. And who are going to try and defeat us, except not really. Because we have Clay by our side, and every other gym leader. With the exception of the trio from the beginning of the game. All the gym leaders are here. And they're going to take care of the 7 stages for us, and we are going to go and defeat N. But we have to run through a massive castle first. We're also notified by each of the Shadow Triad at some point. There's 3 of them, and there's going to be 3 cutscenes with them. One of them telling us about a healing place in the castle. Another one. I don't even know what the second one says. What does the second one say? Let's find out. It's just taunting, okay. Telling us about the stakes, and this third one is like, yeah, look at N's room. We're not going to look at N's room, because first of all, it's really creepy, and also there's nothing useful in it, so we're not going to go in there. Instead, we're going to continue up And we're going to go to the left side of this because Getz's walks really, really slow. Getz's, by the way, is the 7th Sage. So he's telling us to go forth to fight N, which is exactly what we're going to do. N sitting up on his throne. Wants us to show the depths of our determination. And we're also going to get mocked. So we're being mocked that Reshiram hasn't woken up from the stone yet, and N is about to do the unthinkable and destroy his throne. It's just gone now. He doesn't have a throne anymore because he's summoned Zekrom to rampage through that wall. So we get a lovely cutscene of Zekrom showcasing it in all its glory. And now that Zekrom is there, there's a rumble happening. And what could that be? Other than our Lightstone. And now we have to watch a better cutscene, because this is one that favors our odds of winning instead of decreasing them by a significant margin. We now have Reshiram on the scene. Now, in my opinion, Reshiram is a better Pokemon anyway. I'm not just saying that because I'm playing on Pokemon Black, and therefore use Reshiram instead of playing on Pokemon White using Zekrom. This black cartridge is actually my sister's Pokemon Black cartridge. I got White at release, because she preferred Reshiram and I preferred Zekrom at the time. And now I realize the error in my ways, that Reshiram is indeed better, in my opinion. So Reshiram wants us to challenge it. Which we're going to do, and we're going to get another amazing theme. However, you're not going to get to hear this one for very long, because we are just going to throw a Master Ball. So there we go, we have our Reshiram, and now we're going to go to the final fight. Question mark. This is the ultimate showdown though. Yeah, that was actually a frame perfect YOLO ball to get that. You get Reshiram. So, this is Zekrom versus Reshiram, with an amazing battle theme in the background. So, our Reshiram is random, by the way. I could have a terrible Reshiram. Hopefully I can two-shot here. That's a crit. That's really not good. Yeah, okay. Well, Reshiram's gonna die now. We're gonna work up here. So Reshiram did go down. Despite me talking about how good Reshiram is, we did actually end up losing Reshiram. So this is Zoroark. I'm gonna wait until the actual Kling Clan comes out. Here we go. Get ourselves to +3. Now reversal should kill. No, never mind. My HP is still far too high for that. Whatever. I was hoping that I would get hit like at all there, but it doesn't really matter. Pretty trash that I got no damage off of Kling Clang, but it doesn't really matter. Caracosta. Crunch first. And I'll heal that. Yeah, see, this is the problem now with being at +3. I'll just proc sturdy every time. I probably should have used return turn 1 there, actually. Brain didn't work. I thought Crunch would do less damage for some reason. Mistake on my half. So there we go, we've beat N. Now N is questioning everything about truths and ideals and all this. And now he's getting a scolding because he lost. So that was our 17th rival fight, by the way. Now, if you can count this final one as a rival fight, then this is going to be the 18th and final rival fight of the game. And this is where Ghetsis reveals his plans that he didn't actually just want a free Pokemon, he just wanted to take over Unova, which we could probably all see coming from a million miles away. But here we are, with the final battle of Pokemon Black against Ghetsis. So Cofagrigus hopefully is going to use Toxic against Reshiram. I'm going to Dragon Breath turn 1 here. Avoided the attack. I'll take the swap here. I actually probably should have Fusion Flared, to be honest. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Because I'll probably go for Protect now. Yeah. That's Reversal, that's the wrong move. Thank God it missed Toxic. Congrats on big mistake, not being punished in the slightest. capital D. So work up, Focus Blast hit, okay. I guess Focus Blast miss. We're gonna have to 2-hit Bisharp now, sadly. If that hit, we would have been able to use Reversal against Bisharp. Sadly, we're gonna have to just do the 2-hit. Now, the 2-hit against Bisharp is actually really, really slow because of getting Mummy off of Cofagrigus. But we're just gonna sweep. I'm not throwing, don't worry. I promise. Now, if I crit here, it's not even time loss, really. Dang. Well, because of that Night Slash, now Bisharp is gonna get Mummy. But yeah. And then Electros for the final hit of the run. Lovely little level up there. And now Ghetsis is going into a mental breakdown because he thought he was perfect and he lost. So now Alder and Charon are going to escort Getsus away. After a brief talk with N. And time is coming up. After I speak to N for a while here, I get a little close-up interaction with them, and then this screen will fade to black, and that's whenever time is. I will call it out. I also have my own timer going, just out of curiosity. That's how I was able to get that gold splitter there. But yeah, that was not actually a half bad run at all. Showcased a lot of things going bad, but I guess that's a really good thing for a marathon. And if you're interested in running this game, there's an entire Discord dedicated to the DS Pokemon games for Pokemon speedrunning, with a load of people who are more than willing to help you get everything figured out. And time. So yeah, that was Pokemon Black in all of its glory, with the new Lillipup route. Well, I guess it's not so much new anymore, but since it was last shown at a marathon, I believe at BSG, that is the newest rendition of the route. So yeah, that's actually a lot underestimate, but especially with a run this length of Pokemon, you have to account for so many things going wrong, that it's entirely possible that just everything collapses around you constantly. But a 3:19:33:34 at a marathon is pretty good. Happy with that.
Yeah, seems like a pretty average run.
Average is a perfect word for it.
Do you got any other shout-outs to make or anything other you want to say?
Big shout out to Japanese runner Buster_Poke. He is the pioneer really behind the Lillipup route and the reason that we swapped over in the end. After years of using Tepig, he routed out Lillipup as an alternate main Pokemon, and it ended up being developed to the point where it was faster than the main route. So massive shout outs to Buster. And massive shoutouts to Sinstar, who helped really tweak and fine-tune the run after Buster's initial route, and then for Minnow and Cram, who did the same thing as Sinstar, both with their own developments. And anyone who's ever put any writing developments into Pokemon Black, massive shoutouts to all of them. And everyone in PSR in general, really. And shoutouts to the BSG staff for not having me once, but twice, and for running the marathon. It was really, really fun. This is my last appearance at it for this time round after being here twice. So massive shouts to everyone at BSG for putting on an amazing marathon.
Sounds like your last appearance ever. How you making it sound?
I intend to resubmit, but for this marathon specifically, this is my last appearance.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it happens to be my last appearance as well for this marathon, so I will be handing it over to Tempest Mask, and coming up next we have Mod 366 with Wispy and the Lost Atlas. So stay tuned for that, and thank you everyone for being here.